Welcome to the start of a new vlog. Today I am starting the vlog in the kitchen. He will not stop meowing. It's because he can smell the chicken that's in here. I am making my lunch right now. For the week, I'm making a buffalo chicken salad. I saw it on the Skinny Taste Instagram and it looked amazing. So let me show you what I've got going in here. So I'm following her recipe. I have celery, carrots, and red onion in here. I'm about to blitz this in my food processor. And then I'm going to chop up the chicken, add that to it, and blitz that all together. And that's what it looks like. And then to that, I'm gonna add about a 1/4 cup of mayo and probably about a 1/4 cup of hot sauce as well. And then it's done. You could eat it on bread, you could eat it on like lettuce cups, whatever you wanna eat buffalo chicken salad on. And here's what it looks like. I just tasted it, delicious. I added a little more hot sauce to it and it's amazing. Very quick and easy. My order from Wawa came in, so I thought I would show you. Just a small order, but I got this zip for the wool crop top so I can finish that. I will have to look up how to remove the stoppers and cut it to a shorter length because that one only needs like a 7-inch zipper. This one's for the crop top that I'm working on right now. I don't know if I'll have to cut that one shorter or not. These are a little bit chunkier than I was expecting, but that's my own fault for not looking up. They say on there what the gauge is, so yeah, and I need a separating zipper. Plus I think both of these tops are garments that could handle like a feature zip and it would look good with it, so I'm okay with that. This thread is for Emily, and then these are the shank buttons that I ordered to finish my white top. I also have their catalog that they sent with it. I didn't order this, but they just sent one with it just to kind of give you a sense for the kind of stuff they had. Like I said, it's mostly like tools and notions kinds of stuff. Sleeve boards, ironing boards, scissors. Like they have so much cool stuff. Cording and piping, zips, buttons, bra inserts, all of these sliders for lingerie making and for other uses, bridal stuff. I already mentioned buttons, hooks and eyes, buckles. Like they have so much and they have it in so many different colors. The shipping is so fast. Like, could not recommend Wawa more highly. I am such a fangirl. They did also have this trim that I need for the elastic loopers for the shank buttons, but it was so much more expensive at Wawa, which was interesting. It's like, I mean, I think because I couldn't order it by the yard, so I had to order like a crazy amount of yardage for like $35, and I just didn't need that much. Like I need less than half a yard even. So I just got this one from Amazon, and it was a lot cheaper. Although technically cheaper is relative because this is only 4 yards and it was still like $13. And so if I'm talking about double the price for, I think it was like 36 yards, technically Wawa is cheaper, but I just didn't need that much. So I officially have the tools and notions that I need now to finish 3 outstanding whips, which I am very excited about because all 3 of these are things that I would like to have, but just didn't have the tools to finish. Finding a separating zipper was surprisingly challenging. Like I know I could have gone to the garment district to get it, but making a whole trip just for a separating zipper, I was just gonna wait until the next time I was there, but it just never happened. So yeah, I'm excited to finally have these things to finish those pieces. The wool crop top and wool skirt is probably not gonna be summer appropriate, but hey, at least I will have it ready for next season. Hello, taking a lunch break. I'm out in the garden. Everything is still looking rather magical. This side is kind of just getting going, so this has a while, but the rains have really started to cause some of these to like drop their petals because they're getting really weighted down, and these were some of the earliest ones to bloom. Some of the daffodils are going over as well, so it's time for me to start thinking about what I want to replace this with in this bed. This one I'll leave for a little while yet. Like I said, the purples are just getting started, but definitely on this side I can start thinking about what to plant next, which is exciting. Here's my greenhouse with plants in queue. Yeah, I haven't really decided what I'm gonna put out there yet. I mean, definitely some dahlias. A lot of the dahlias are gonna be planted in the arbor garden as well. But yeah, cosmos. I have lots of phlox, zinnias, which don't like it out here right now. I think it's not hot enough for them yet. The leaves are all looking kind of, I don't know, almost like they're burned, but it's not possible for them to be burned. I don't know. Got lupins, rose campion. So yeah, lots and lots of options for things I can put out here. Hello everyone. Happy Thursday. I am coming back from my sister-in-law's, or future sister-in-law's apartment, looking like a complete weirdo, wearing this towel right now. Our bathroom is still out of commission for the next few days. The joys of renovation in a one bathroom apartment. I can't complain too much though. I mean, you know, we're gonna have a nice bathroom by the end of it, so that's very exciting. I will take this week and a half of inconvenience for this any day. And I'm just drawing attention to myself now because I'm vlogging holding out my camera while wearing this. So I'm gonna talk to you in a little bit. So much progress has been made on the bathroom in the past few days. I can hardly believe it. This is our new vanity. It's going in situ, and right now we're cutting out the electrical for the sconces. I am an uber perfectionist when it comes to grout, and so when the grout is in, when I see it's like too thick or too thin in places, I have to go back and fix it with a wet sponge. So that's what I've been doing. Lots of elbow grease, but in the end, I want it to look visually pleasing when we're done. So yeah, it's coming together. Banh mi night tonight. The cats are going crazy.
You gotta sriracha it up. Oh my gosh, this woman has a death wish.
Something I love about Andrew, whenever he goes to the grocery, he never comes back with just the list. I give you a New York delicacy, the rainbow cookie. For those of you who have never seen or heard of a rainbow cookie, this is a rainbow cookie. It is not a cookie at all. It's more like a cake, but they're called rainbow cookies and they're famous in New York City. This stupid crop top project, it just thwarts me at every turn. So I bought a separating zipper. It's too long. So I had to shorten it. I knew that going into it. So I learned how to shorten it. And then I realized I don't have another zipper top to put on it, a stopper. And I've read that you can whip stitch it on the edge, and I tried that. And I whip stitched a lot, but it's not enough because it's just such a thick, it's a big zipper, and all the whip stitching I did is just not fixing it. So I've had to order zipper tops. Top stoppers to come. So that's the status of that. So this project is dead in the water. You know when you're just in like a really good mojo on a project and then everything comes to a halt because you're missing something? That is my life right now. Look at this little munchkin. Oh, you're so cute. She loves coats. Good morning. It has been a gorgeously few rainy days here, and I think it's going to continue, and the garden is just loving it. Look at all of those blooms. Amazing. I'm in the greenhouse right now. Look at those violas. Aren't they so cute? Just checking on everything, giving a few things of water that need it. I think I'm gonna pinch back my salvias now because I want them to have like a bushier mounding habit. So I'm going to pinch these to encourage more side shoot blooms. I did this to my snapdragons recently, and look, starting to get growth from the side shoots. My dahlias are all starting to shoot. You can see the shoots coming off of all of the tubers, which is nice. This year, I really went for it in terms of all of the varieties that I wanted to try. You can see I have a ton in here, so many colors. And while I like that, I get to see so many different ones. It doesn't make for a super cohesive garden overall when you're in such a small gardening space. So next year I'll probably tighten this color palette more. I love this upper section right here. This is fun, but a little too bright for my aesthetic taste. So I will probably change this up to be a little more muted and a little more of like the whites and purples. Really stick hard to that color palette. Even though I do love these, they're just extremely bright, but very fun. Roses never cease to amaze me. I can't believe how much these have already grown since I planted them like only about a month ago or so. It's amazing. Black Hero, such a stunner. And so is, there's one. The Black Parrot Tulip. I love these. These will definitely be repurchased next year. Excuse me, sir. All right, regrettably, I cannot work on my crop top and I cannot work on this top because both of them require separating zippers and I have to wait for my zipper top stops to come in. But I can work on this white top and get this one finished finally. So all that's left is to attach this elastic looping, and then I have these shank buttons here that I will hand stitch to the other side. So this one should be a pretty quick fix. After that, I have a couple of skirts that I need to mend. Both of them have gotten a little bit too big, so I'm just gonna take them in at the zipper. They're both half circle skirts, meaning there's no side seam or anything to take in, so all I can really do is take out the zipper and sew it a little bit smaller. I'm probably gonna be taking in about 1.5 inches to 2 inches on this one and probably more on the other one. This is the other skirt. It's one of my favorite things that I have ever made. It's made from silk chiffon, and then it's lined with like a black cotton, and the bottom has this pre-pleated chiffon fabric that's like a gathered tier. It's one of my absolute favorite skirts I've ever made, but it has gotten just a little bit too big for me, so I'm going to be taking this one in as well. I've been wanting a top like this for ages, and now I have it. I love this button detail. Took me just a little bit to sew them on, but I think it was worth it for the aesthetic of it. Yeah, it's super cute. I'm really happy with it. Really happy with it. I do wonder if it's maybe a little too big. We've got about, I don't know, 3 inches of positive ease in here. What do you guys think? Should I take it in a little bit? There's plenty of places that I could do it. I could take it in at the side seams. I could take it in the front, but I really don't want to redo this front, so it will probably just be the side seams. What do you guys think? Okay, so here's what it looks like just regular on my body as it is right now. And then here's what it looks like if I pinch out about 2 inches from it. What do you think? Should I take it in? I'd love to hear your thoughts on that. But oh, I think it's so cute. It turned out really, really well, I think. Very comfortable. It's gonna be perfect for summer. It's made with a cotton shirting, so it's 100% cotton. It'll be extra breathable. I love the idea of tucking this into skirts as well as just like kind of wearing it casually with jeans. So yeah, I'm really, really happy with it. I do think I should take it in. Yeah, let me know what you think. Let me know. By the way, happy Me Made May, everybody. Oh my gosh, this lighting makes me extremely dark and mysterious. I do happen to be wearing a Me Made dress today. This is that pattern. This is that pattern that I was telling you is like my fail-safe. If I don't know what to make, then I just make Vogue 9251, which has since been rebranded. Not rebranded, but well, yeah, I guess renumbered to Vogue 1734. These are the same pattern. Whenever I don't know what to make, I make this because I feel like it's a pattern that just works really, really well for me. Straight out of the packet. Like I blend two sizes together. This one I did not pre-wash my fabric, and then I washed it and it shrunk a lot. So it went from nice work attire dress to date dress, which, you know, that's fine. But yeah, it's so cute. Just a wrap dress. I've made it like 4 times now. It's such a good one. I tend to prefer it with fabrics that have a lot of drape to it. This is a viscose crepe of some sort, or a rayon crepe. I love making it with rayon challis. I've made it with rayon poplin before. Yeah, it's a good one. Okay, I have finished up the shirt. I haven't decided if I'm gonna take it in. I'm gonna wait and see what you guys think. Now it's time to work on taking in the first black skirt that I showed you. I'm so excited because this is a skirt I would wear all the time, but I just like can't because it sits like really low on my hips, almost like low-rise jeans. Ugh, gasp. So I really want to fix this so I can wear it because I think it'll be a great addition to my wardrobe, and it also fits like my current style. My kitty partner in crime is here. Apparently trying to escape. The skirt is about 3 inches. There's about 3 inches of positive ease in it. Here, I'll sit back so you can see me. There's about 3 inches of positive ease in it, and I really only need like 1/2 inch to 1 inch. So what I'm going to do is probably take out about 2 inches, and I'm going to fold it in half and measure 1 inch from either side and mark that as the start, as the like where I want my zipper to end up. Then after that, I'm going to take out the zipper and then reinsert the zipper, starting it at the new points where I want it to end, so therefore making it a little bit tighter. By the way, if you didn't know, I have a video on my YouTube channel about how to make a half circle skirt, or how I make a half circle skirt. Half circle skirts, I think, are so good, especially for pear-shaped bodies when you want a little more fullness over the hips, but not so much, like not as much as like a full circle skirt, but it just flows over the hips nicely. And then you can always, like I'm doing now, like kind of take it in at the waist a little bit, but you still get that fullness over the hips. So if you're interested in learning how to make a half circle skirt, I'll leave that video linked in the description box below. I just fell in love with them when I was making this like red floral dress. It's actually the dress is the profile pic I use for all of my social medias essentially. But that's the first time I ever made a half circle skirt, and it was perfect. I loved it so much. I just fell in love with how it was not so voluminous from like a style standpoint. It's just really good for my body, a pear-shaped body shape, because it adds more volume where I need it at the hips. So would definitely recommend trying out a half circle skirt. They're so easy to draft yourself. I know like the words self-drafting can be maybe a little bit intimidating, or at least they were for me when I first started sewing, but it's so freeing to learn self-drafting techniques, because then you don't need a pattern. You don't have to worry about the size range of a pattern. It just gives you more autonomy. and flexibility to make things that fit your body perfectly and not how your body fits within a certain pattern's schematic. So 10 out of 10 would recommend learning how to self-draft a half circle skirt, and it could not be easier, I promise you. Now that I have marked where I want my zipper to go in the end, so I'm bringing it in 1.25 inches on both sides, I marked where I want the zipper to start. So my next step is just going to be to unpick the zipper, and then I will reinsert it just by the same thing I did before. I'll do a basting stitch in the center back opening, lay the zipper teeth down, face down, on top of that basting stitch, and then stitch it down all the way around, and then unpick the basting stitch up the middle. Voila, the zipper will be reinserted. If that doesn't make sense, there are tons of YouTube videos out there about how to insert a zipper. You just kind of have to find the method that works for you. There's so many ways to achieve the same thing. And then as I've, you know, grown in my sewing journey, I guess I could say, I look up new techniques for doing things, or I come across new techniques for doing things, whether that's by following a pattern and saying like, okay, I'll give this one a go sometimes, or I'll read the instructions and think, I'd rather do it this way that I really know works well for me. So you just kind of pick up new tips and tricks as you feel like it along the way. Just like I've never shortened a zipper before, so now I know how to shorten a zipper. It's magic. It's magic every time. Hi. Hello, sweets. Are you gonna help? You want to insert my zipper? I've already done it though. Maybe next time. Do the next one. All right, voila. New zipper inserted. That's it. Let's go try it on. Don't judge this top because I just quickly clipped myself in it so I could show you the skirt. But that's the new skirt that I just reinserted the zip on. I wish I would have tried it on to show you earlier, but you get the point. It fits so much better now than it did before. Now it sits like properly on my waist, which is making it so much more comfortable. Yeah, really, really pleased with it. I think it turned out exactly how I wanted, and now I can finally wear this. Tonight's dinner is a recipe called poulet au vinaigre. It's, I'm sure, butchering the pronunciation of that, but it's I'm guessing a famous French dish. Anyway, Skinny Taste remade it in her way on her blog, and it's really good. It's one of our favorites. It's like a vinegar chicken, and it's delicious. We make this one a lot, at least once a month, if not more than that. And we are back! Post-dinner, rainbow cookied, old-fashioned, crafting time. Andrew just called me the patron saint of mischief, and I really like that. I learned from the best. Back in the sewing room, and I'm going to start working on fixing this one now. I'm a little hesitant and nervous to unpick the zipper because it is silk chiffon. So if I rip it, I don't know, I just feel like this fabric could snag pretty easily. So maybe I should do darts. I don't know. I'm thinking I'm gonna try to unpick the zipper first though. We'll see how it goes. If I feel like the fabric is giving me a lot of resistance, then I'll abandon that and do some darts instead. It's not so bad. It's not giving me resistance. It's actually so far so good with unpicking this. So I think it's gonna be a pretty simple fix. I'm so excited to have this one back in my wardrobe now. Fits like a dream. My new top, I think it even looks cute with this outfit. I just threw this on because it was in my sewing room. This is one of my favorite skirts that I've ever made. It is a dupe of a Thierry Colson Paris skirt, and I just love it. This is inspired by Jamie Beck's wardrobe. kind of skirt. Yes, I love this. I'm so excited to get this one back into my clothing rotation. Good morning, everyone. It is Saturday, the weekend. It is raining. We are entering the home stretch of the bathroom right now. We have to go pick out a faucet this morning because the plumber is coming to install the new vanity and sink and the faucet. So we need a faucet. Hopefully there's something in stock that we like. I am really liking my makeup this morning. I will show you my outfit of the day later in the full-length mirror, but I'm already wearing the long black skirt, the first one of the two that I finished yesterday, or kind of refit to myself. So yeah, it just goes to show how much this I know is gonna get so much use and wear in my wardrobe. Anyway, yes, we're off to Home Depot and a plumbing supply place to see if they have a faucet. We need some kind of last little bits for the plumber to install the vanity. Like I said, we have to fix the wall where the sconces are going on. At the Arbor Garden, really quick, just kind of taking a look at what's happening before we make our rounds for the day. And yeah. Oh, and my Wawak order with the top stops for the zip, it already arrived. They are so fast, so I can work on that project this weekend, which I'm so excited about. Here's a quick look at the Arbor Garden. When I picked up compost in January, I got, I think, too much, a little too much, because that's all compost and I don't really have anywhere to put it. I filled up the beds to their capacity, so I'm just kind of waiting until I need it. And for now, it's just gonna look really ugly over there. But you know, hey, everybody has an ugly spot in their garden. Roses are filling out. You don't see me in this garden so much right now because it's already very planted, especially this side right here, which is all perennials. So it's a really low maintenance garden, with the exception of the roses, of course, which will require a lot of deadheading and maintenance once they get going. But I cannot wait. They are absolutely loaded with buds. Sorry if you can hear the sirens in the background. Listen, Andrew thought we were being robbed this morning. Jamie Beck followed me on my gardening Instagram account. Let me just drop that bomb in there for you.
When you're asleep and you're woken up to, you know,
babe.
It was more startling than that. It was like,
oh my god, babe!
yes. Yeah.
I'm sorry, but tell me that's not extremely exciting news.
It's very exciting, but when you're waking up to it at 7 o'clock in the morning,
just knowing how much of a fangirl. Yeah, it was
early.
like 6:30. Oh my gosh, but I'm so excited. And for those of you who don't know, she was like my muse, my idol for all of 2020. Like all of my sewing projects basically were centered around Jamie Beck inspirations and ideas. So I'm such a fangirl. Yeah, so excited. So Andrew thought we were being robbed this morning due to my excitement. First stop, coffee. Has been procured. We're gonna be like coffee. That Evanescence song on the inside. We're up inside. Well, no luck at Faucet Supply. Well, I mean, I wouldn't say no luck, but
Good research.
Yeah, good research. Nothing in stock that we would have wanted to purchase though. I have a very specific faucet style in mind that I'm looking for. I really want one of those like English style with the cross, the X-cross handles on it. And of course, because I'm me, I am my mother's daughter. I could look at a whole lineup of items and automatically pick the most expensive one as my favorite without ever having seen the price. It is a gift. It is a gift. Thanks a lot, Mom. Because yeah, of course I fall in love with the most expensive faucet in there, but I think we need to do a little more research about make and model. Andrew, of course, has so much experience with this because of his job. So he knows brands that he likes and others that he wants to stay away from. But yeah, we're gonna do some research, find one that we like, and then go back and order it. I'm at the bakery use again, just looking for any vessels they may have for the wedding. It is pretty. We made out like absolute bandits in there. Oh my gosh.
So much treasure.
So much treasure today. I cannot wait to show you.
And last time we were there, it wasn't great.
Yeah, it was like slim pickings. I mean, we still got some things, but not like today. It was crazy. That is one of the best thrift stores in Brooklyn, in my opinion.
I think it's the best thrift store.
Yeah, because so many of them are so picked over. They have so many things.
Overpriced.
Yeah, and overpriced. Because, you know, they have to pay their rents with it. So it's just so much more expensive than most thrift stores in the United States would be. And they have, like I said, a lot of good homeware selections. The one downside to it,
amount of furniture too. It's like well-rounded.
The one downside to it, I would say, is that it's so far from public transportation. So
I think that might be why it's
such a gem.
Yeah.
Shout out to the empanada truck outside of Lowe's. Their empanadas are delicious, and shout out to my love for getting them in the pouring rain. Okay, we are back from our errand running this morning, so I thought I would do a little homeware haul to show you what we got at the thrift store. So exciting. Okay, so this first purchase, or this first set of purchases we got for $30. All of this stuff for $30. All right, first one, this marble rolling pin. We have a wooden rolling pin, but the marble ones are really good for pastry. So, and Andrew and I like love to make breads and pastry. As I was saying, the marble rolling pins are really good for pastry making. So I was really excited to find this for $5.99. What a steal. And then this is technically a rolling pin also. I think Andrew said it's an Italian style one, but I got it to use in the garden as a dibber. So I can like kind of dib a hole to then put my plug plants in for all of my seedlings that I've grown. I've been looking for one because dibbers sort of like reduce the amount of soil disturbance because you're just kind of like plugging it, putting in the plant plug, and then you're good to go rather than like digging around with like the no dig method. It's just kind of better to disturb the soil as little as you can. So I've been on the lookout for one of these kind of tools for a while, and even though it's a rolling pin, I think it will make a fantastic dibber. And then these baskets, $1.99. You would be surprised at how expensive these are when I've tried to find them online. When she said $1.99, I was shocked. I could not get, I'm so excited about this. This is gonna be so great for photos. Technically, when you pick flowers, you really are supposed to put them like right into, hello. Right into a bucket of water, but sometimes, you know, just for like photos of flowers and stuff like that, this will be a nice little photo prop. And I wasn't about to spend like the upwards of $80 that I've seen baskets of like these go for just for a photo prop. So I was so excited to find one of these. You want to tell them about your find?
I found an old frame that I'm gonna restore.
Go ahead and guess how much you think this was. Just take a wild guess.
And then get ready to be shook.
Did you guess $3.99? We are no stranger. Andrew can find, if his favorite thing to find for treasures is vintage and antique frames. If a frame sits still long enough, it's coming home with him. And he's done some like restoration projects on a really cool wooden frame, the one with our nude that he painted. He did a restoration project with that one. And so this one has some chips along the top. So he's gonna take the opportunity to like restore it with plaster of Paris and casting molds with that. And yeah, your whole process is really neat. But I could not believe that this cost $3.99. We know what frames like this cost, and it's not $3.99, especially for a wooden carved frame. Like, I can't get over that. I can't believe you got that for $3.99. That's crazy. Absolutely crazy. And then this decanter, we're both whiskey people. Andrew likes tequila also, but I am definitely a whiskey person, and so I just liked the idea of having a decanter for whiskeys because it looks fancy. Two more items in the $30 haul. As you guys know, I've been looking for vessels to put flowers in for our wedding, and I needed some like wide, shallow ones. Andrew says this looks like a chamber pot, and he's not wrong, honestly, but once it has all of the flowers and stuff in it, I think it'll be gorgeous. I need some that are, like I said, this kind of lower, shallower shape to make like bigger arrangements in, and so I really liked this one. And then I also found this one right here. Again, another like low, shallow shape. So those were two finds. This is originally why we went to that thrift store in the first place. We just kind of like go periodically to find vessels for the wedding for the flowers, because I don't want to buy new stuff if I can avoid it. So those are the items that we got in the $30 purchase. But then when we were on the way out, we saw two more frames. Matching, and they have like these prints in them, and actually the mats are really pretty too, and I even like the pictures that are in them, and they're just like perfect size for like bathroom frames, I think. So I think these are going to go in the bathroom. The quality of these is really nice, and it has the glass and the nice matte in them. So, and we can change out the image, of course. It's like a good postcard size. It looks like it's 5x7, so this will be like suitable for a lot of different things if we decide to change it, although I do like the prints that are in there as well. So these will definitely be going in the bathroom. I think these were really good finds for the price and the quality. Those are the thrift store finds. Magical. I can't believe these finds for the price. That thrift store really is the best. It's called The Big Reuse. So if you have a car in Brooklyn, or if you don't mind a longish walk from the subway, would definitely recommend going to that thrift store. It's like the best one in Brooklyn, in my opinion. Hello. All right, I'm back in the sewing room. My zip stops have arrived from Wawa, so now I can add those to the top of my zipper so that the zip won't run off of the track. So I tried, as you can see, doing it with whip stitching it a bunch, but that just didn't work. I really needed, it probably would have worked on a zipper that has like a smaller gauge, but because this one's such a bigger, it's a bigger gauge, I needed this like metal piece to stop it. All of that just so I could do this. Finally, I can move on to the rest of this now. All right, I'm doing a pin fitting and it's horrible. So bad. It's like way too, it's so gapey in the back. I have it like pinned super far in here, the center front. I don't even know if I like it enough to finish it, which is annoying because I've invested so much time and angst waiting for materials for it. I think the flounce is too big. I don't know, it's just very ill-fitting.
This one might be going into the unfinished whips pile. Hello! We are on our way to the movie theater right now to go see everything. What is it called again?
Everything Everywhere All at Once.
Yes. Heard good things, heard that it's very weird. So I'm excited to see it, yeah. Happy Sunday. The movie was so good last night. Like, I mean, it depends on who you ask though. Like, it's definitely mine and Andrew's kind of movie. It would not be one I would recommend to my parents, for example, because it's not their kind of movie. I have a reputation in my family for recommending the really weird movies because I like those kinds of things. So yeah, but it was really, really good. Very touching. I'm in the greenhouse right now, just checking on things. It has been raining non-stop for the past like 3 days. It's still drizzling right now. It's supposed to stop in the next few hours. I don't know if you can see behind me. No, you can't see it. I'll show you in a second. The rain just totally flattened a lot of it. So I'm gonna go through with some pruners and just like cut as much as I can salvage from the stuff that's like laying in the pathway. Like I said, I typically like to leave my plants in the garden for me to enjoy because I like coming out here every day and seeing what's new, but occasionally I will cut stuff to take into the house. Here's the pathway. You can see all of these flowers just laying in the middle of the pathway, especially up there where there's like more wind exposure because this wall right here kind of helps shelter a lot of it. There's so many birds in this garden now because our first floor neighbor put up a bird feeder, which is so exciting to see birds around here. I'm not planting any fruit or veg in this garden, so the more birds the merrier in my opinion, because they're just gonna eat pests for the garden, so I'm happy to have them. A lot of this bed, especially. There's just all of the exotic emperor and mondial tulips, like that one they're almost ready to go. Very exciting though. I can see lots and lots and lots of alliums coming. The trees overhead are starting to leaf out, so this whole space is going to be a huge experiment, like I said, because I don't really know. This is south facing, but I don't know how much sun it's really going to get because of the trees and the neighboring buildings. So it may just be that this is a spring garden because that's when it gets sunlight. And I'll know that for future years, but for now it's all gonna be an experiment. My clematis from Bluestone Perennials is growing like crazy. Excited to report that I have finally ordered a trellis for it, so hopefully that will be here soon. As I mentioned, that's gonna go like right there. They like to have cool roots and sun up top, so I think that's gonna be a perfect spot for it because this is kind of where the garden starts transitioning into like all sun and then partial shade back there, and so the partial shade like transition will keep the roots cool, but hopefully we'll still get sun up top. So thinking that will be the perfect location for it. Happy Sunday. Happy Mother's Day to the mothers, especially my mom. We're headed to the city right now to go meet Andrew's family to celebrate Mother's Day with his mom.
we're going to a restaurant called Pastis. We've been there with you guys before. It's that French restaurant close to, what was that car? Lucid?
Yeah.
Yeah, the Lucid dealership that we showed you before.
What kind of cake did you guys get for your wedding?
We haven't done the cake tasting yet, but I'm already like 95% sure it's gonna be their tiramisu cake.
That's their like specialty.
Yeah, they're like known for their tiramisu cake. Hey guys, back from Mother's Day dinner at Pastis. Delicious as always. I've already changed to comfy clothes. I don't know why, but the past few days I've just been feeling really blah. I can't explain why. I don't know why. I just feel like I'm in a funk. Maybe because like the house is so out of sorts, like stuff everywhere in the hallway while we're doing the bathroom, and I don't know. I haven't also been able to like figure out what I want to do or make crafting wise, because I kept running into roadblocks at every turn with this top. And by the way, I've decided I am not gonna finish this, and I think I'm just gonna trash it. I think if I tried it on and liked it as I was trying it on, then maybe I would consider it, but I would give it like a 6 out of 10, like even really liking it that much. And for the amount of fitting that it would require to fix this, I feel like it would just be easier if I took the flounce part off and attached it to a bodice that I already know fits me. Like McCall's 6955 is a really tried and true for me. There's so many other bodices I feel that I could work with and like just insert a flounce into the existing pattern that it would be so much easier to do it that way. I think this pattern just really does not fit me well. So I'm gonna trash this one and just call it a loss, and I'm happy with that rather than trying to like fix and fix and fix and fix. And fitting patterns is so much a part of sewing. Like I know that, I hope you know that if you're new to sewing, like fitting, you should go into a project expecting, especially if you've never made it before, expecting that you're going to do some fitting, because the patterns try to fit, you know, the patterns are designed to fit their fit models, and every fit model for every brand is different. So you should go into it expecting to do fitting for your body, because our bodies are all different and not going to be the same as their fit model. But this one is just so far off of my proportions. I just don't even think it's really worth fitting it, just because I don't even love the top that much to continue forward. I do think I want to repurchase this fabric and maybe make something similar, just using patterns that I know already fit me rather than hacking for days, especially when my mojo is so like on a thread as it is right now with sewing. I just need an easy win, which brings me to my next thought. I think I'm gonna sew that wrap dress pattern that I tell you guys, like I sew just whenever I don't know what to make, because I love that pattern. It works really well for my body, and it's just like an easy win pattern for me. That one and the French Poetry Etoile dress, both of those patterns are they just work really well for me. So whenever I don't know what to make, or I've had like a few sewing fails, I just kind of return to those patterns as a way to get like an easy win, so that it like boosts my confidence to return to something that I've not made before. That's kind of my strategy. So yeah, so I'm gonna dig through my patterns, find that wrap dress, unless there's something else that's closer to my inspiration. I'll put a picture of my inspiration in here. She's an influencer I watch named Lydia Millen, and I love this dress that she designed for a collection with a brand called Karen Millen. and I am just in love with this dress, and I want to make it in white also because I need things to wear for like my bachelorette party and for like a wedding rehearsal, things associated with the wedding, but not the wedding itself. I'm not making my wedding dress. So yeah, so I think it'll be a perfect like dress to wear, some associated wedding dress. And it's just so classy and classic and beautiful, and yeah, I just love it. So I'm gonna try to dupe something similar to that, if not just making the wrap dress pattern that I know and love so much. So that's the plan. Let me get the fabric out and show you. So the fabric I'm going to use for this is textured Tencel Viscose that I got from Blackbird Fabrics. It's just a beautiful, soft, white, drapey, like very drapey. I have 2 cuts of it actually because I bought everything that they had at the time that I bought the first cut. And this was when I wasn't sure if I was gonna make my wedding dress or not, but I thought this would be a beautiful fabric to use for my wedding dress if I did decide I was going to sew it. So I bought a lot of it, which is okay, I'll still use it. I love textured Tencel Viscose from Blackbird Fabrics. It's a stunning fabric. But yeah, it's incredibly fluid drape. It's really, really nice. So I love that, and I'm gonna use that for this wrap dress pattern. So for now, I'm gonna dig through my pattern stash. I'll likely make, like I said, the tried and true that I know works really well for me, just to make sure that I don't have another sewing fail like this one. Or I could make the sleeveless version of this dress. I know it fits really well, so I could make this one, which is somewhat similar to my inspiration. You want the honest truth? I don't like any of these for this dupe. So I've been on Vogue's website for the past, I don't know, hour and a half, looking at all of their patterns to see if I can find something that would be better for duping this dress. There are just too many features of the original design that I love and want to preserve that I don't think any of my patterns, including my tried and trues, can like actually achieve. Like I love that neckline detail, especially. It's almost like workwear meets a dress. I don't know, I really like it. So I placed an order on Etsy. That's what I do, by the way, when McCall's is not having a sale. I just look up the pattern on Etsy because they're usually a lot less expensive than they are on the Vogue website. So I purchase it from an Etsy reseller instead. So I purchased 3 patterns from Etsy, and I will show you those when they come in. But for tonight, signing off. See you in the morning.